This is Len Mortis here with the running of the Whitney, Grade 1, 1 1/8 mile. It's going to be on the dirt for 4-year-olds. Going to be August 7th at Saratoga. This year's crop's going to have a lot of tough horses. Kenny McPeak's got Swiss Skydiver in there, and I always like to see his horses run, and she's the only one who's going to be running. She's a filly running against the boys, but quite capable. Some of these horses I'm going to name might not be in. There might be different ones coming in. We'll find out later, and there'll be some at it and some taken off from here. But it's a bunch of really tough horses, and I'm really excited about this bunch. It's going to be a heck of a race. I love when they got good horses competing. Some of the best horses in the country is in this race. This should be a better race for sure. There's so many good horses that should have some fair odds, possible long shot tries, exactas. Nick's Go, we all know Nick's Go's really tough horse. He's sired by Payne, or grandsire Awesome again. A lot of good horses in that line. Nick's Go turned into a super horse under Brad Cox. He finished 4th over in the Salty Cup. I got beat by 2 of the best horses in the world. Charlatan was one of them. And then he come back and ran 4th in the Met, Grade 1. Got beat by Silver State and by my standards. I'm concerned the Salty Cup may have took a little something away from him, like it does almost all of the horses that run over there. Then he won the Cornhusker, Grade 3. Cornhusker wasn't a real tough race for Nick's Go, and he did win it, Grade 3. So he might be coming around. We'll find out. If he runs the way he did in the Breeders' Cup, he would look good, real good in this race. Swiss Skydiver, supposed to be in this race. He hasn't ran since, I think, like back in April in the Apple Blossom, where he ran 3rd. He got beat by, he ran 3rd, but Monomoy Girl was 2nd, and, it's pretty tough company in that race. Swiss Skydiver is a Grade 1 winner, multiple Grade 1. She don't think nothing about running against the boys, and she'll do real well. Next up, Maxfield. Well, Maxfield's a super 4-year-old out of Street Sense. Brandon Wash, trained. Last 2 times out, Maxfield won the Alashiba, Grade 2. Stephen Foster, Grade 2. Ran 3rd, 3 back in a Grade 1 out there in Santa Anita, handicap. Maxfield has all the potential in the world to be a super horse, but that being said, I think he has to take a step up and beat the best before you can say he is the best. And up to this point, he really ain't beat all the best horses. He's for real. He's a super horse, and whether he could beat the best out there, this is a pretty tough bunch. So we're gonna find out how good he is on this race. A quick look at Country Grammar, trained by Todd Fletcher. He's sired by Toneless, who's out of Tappet and then Pawpet. That's really a super line right there. Country Grammar won that Hollywood Gold Cup, and it was Grade 1. A Royal Ship Express train ran 2nd and 3rd. Race before that, California Stakes, Grade 2. About the same horses. Independence Hall was in there. He ran 2nd that race. Country Grammar, that is. I do think Country Grammar's a really good, tough horse who's going to be a threat in this race, and I think he's an improving horse, and we're going to find out about how good he is. Steve Asmussen has Silver State in this race. He's won 4 or 5 races in a row. The Grade 2 and Grade 1 last 2 out. Hard Spun is the sire. Then he's out of a Empire Maker mare, Supreme. This horse is really loaded. He's going to get a lot of money on him in this race. Moving on, Code of Honor. Code of Honor is really one of my favorites. He's a 5-year-old. Really a tough horse. I've followed him from day one. And Dixie Union mare, Reunited, and Sire Noble Mission. Code of Honor is a multiple Grade 1 winner, Grade 2, Grade 3. He's won them all. He's ran with the best horses in the country. He ran in a 2019 Kentucky Derby, placed in that race, and he came back and in the Dyer, and he beat a lot of good horses. Beat Tacitus, Mucho Gusto, and the Travelers. Well, in my opinion, he's went downhill. If he runs the way he's capable, this race is his. But he hasn't ran the way He ran second to Clark last year. He ran Kelso, I think he ran second. Ran good against really good horses, but he still ran. He hasn't won in over a year, so I'm skeptical of him. I'm not going with him, but I'd sure like to see him win this race. The last out was a Pegasus World Cup. He ran fifth, but he ran against some great horses, but fifth really ain't what I expected out of him. Trained by McGahey. By my standards, 5-year-old horse. Grandsire's Into Mischief. Golden Sense is his sire. You can't hardly beat anything. Got Into Mischief's name on that side. I brag on Into Mischief all the time. By my standards, ran against some of the best horses in the country. Did a racing for him on him at Orndale. He beat Orndale, Silver Dust, Tom Diatant. Ran second to Improbable. Beat Warrior's Charge, Mr. Freeze. It goes on and on. This horse is good. And for a 5-year-old, he seems to be improving, in my opinion. Last 2 races out really looked good in the Grade 1 Met. Ran second to Silver States, who's also running in the Whitney. I don't know what about by my standards. He just seems to always be there. He's trained by Calhoun. Well, to wrap it up here, I'm going to say I'm pulling for Maxfield to win. I'd like to see Code of Honor do good. I probably ain't going to bet this race. I'm too much of a fan for Maxfield and Code of Honor, and truthfully, they're facing some real stiff competition here. Well, it's a Whitney at Saratoga. Good luck, everybody.